What's up, y'all? Here I come, y'all. Here I come. Sorry, this computer, the internet here sucks, y'all. So everything moves really, really, really slow. So I was trying to do something real quick, and there's no such thing as real quick with this internet connection, child. What's up, y'all? Let me get rid of this banner. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. Here I come. This thing is so slow. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. What's up, everybody? Happy Hump Day. It's Wednesday. Happy Hump Day to everybody. Let me go through my roll call. Oh my goodness, y'all are in the room. What's up, Keisha? Hey, Tracy. Lemon Kush. Washing your clothes? I got you. What's up, Tan? How you doing? Hey, Below. And thank you, Below, for telling me I have a beautiful voice. Mwah, love you, boo. What's up, Jonathan? What a great day in America. NeNe is the queen. What's up, Abby? Hey, Diva One. What's up, boo? Hey, Raphael. How you doing? Hey, Cool Gamer. Oh, thank you. My birthday is Saturday. Thank you so much. Yes, Cancer's in the house. Ooh. I was trying to download my thumbnail for my party. I made it, and that's what is not downloading. What's up, Star? Hey, Xavier. What's up, Nico? Hey, Keisha. What's up? Hey, Geechee girl. I'm glad to see you back, boo. What's up, Lauren? Yes, my birthday will be here Saturday. Ow. What's up, Starbell? Hey, Sebastian. I just booked me I actually just booked a spa treatment. I'm going to the spa Saturday. That's what my parents is a spa where we're staying. And I was saying how I wanted to go to the spa. So she was like, I'll pay for it. I was like, okay. So that's my birthday gift from my parents is I'm going to the spa. I wanted to get a body scrub and a massage, but they were all booked up on the body scrub. So I had to get a facial and a massage. So, but that's cool. I'm cool with that too. All right, y'all. Let's get into this. So I'll put the thumbnail up on my community wall. It just won't let me. It will not let me. This internet is just terrible. But the virtual party is going to be Sunday when I get home. I scheduled it for 8:00. I'm going to put the time might be flexible because I'm not sure exactly what time I'm getting home. I know I'm leaving here probably Sunday morning. I'm leaving here Sunday morning, that I know, but I'm not sure what time I'm going to actually get home and be able to sit down or whatever. But I should be home by 8:00. So that's why I figure 8:00 should be good. And there is no Real Housewives of Atlanta. So y'all don't have to be like, oh, I can't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. It ain't going to be no Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we'll be good to go on Sunday. It's so strange seeing you in a different setting. I'm so used to the yellow. Right. You're so used to my yellow, orange, my orange and brown walls. Right. See, that's the it's a bad glare, so that's why I closed it. But that's the balcony right there. So when I was sitting on the balcony the other day, that's where I was. But it's a really bad glare, so I closed it up. So you won't be on TSF this week. I may or may not be because I don't know if I'm going to have time to watch P Valley. It's going to depend on if I have time to watch P Valley. Because like I said, the connection here is so bad. I watched I recorded my Real Housewives of Atlanta review and my Basketball Wives review, but the internet here is so slow. It will be Sunday before that video uploads. So what I said I was going to do is I'm just going to record my videos and upload them when I get home, because my quick drops that I did the other day, what's today? Wednesday to Monday. I did those 3 quick drops on Monday. The one on Caesar, Brittany Griner, and I forgot what the third one was. It literally took all night. And the longest video was that 7-minute video I did on Caesar. When I say it took all night, it literally, like, I woke up and they still weren't done uploading. And so I deleted it and I did it again. And it still took like 2 hours for those 3 videos to upload. So I said, those videos were less than 10 minutes. I'm not getting ready to sit here and frustrate myself trying to upload a video that's 15, 20 minutes long. I'll be here till Sunday. So I'm just going to record them. And then I didn't see it on my thumbnail, but did you see Melody? Yeah, I saw that. I don't think I saw it. I mean, we can talk about it if y'all want to, but I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, they're probably vacationing as a family. Like, I think they're just vacationing as a family. I don't think they're getting back together. I don't think there's anything with it, but we can talk about it. Am I blurry? Oh no, y'all. Am I blurry? Y'all know the internet here is bad. Am I blurry? What's up, Travel Love? Hey. But we can talk about it. I'll write it down here because I got a long list of stuff to talk about. So I'll write it down here, child. You see Martell and Melody. But I recorded 4 quick drops. It's real bad. I don't want to have to start all over, y'all, because the internet not gonna get no better. I mean, if I shut it down, ain't no need me doing the video, because it's nothing I can do to make it's nothing I can do to make it any better. Is it too bad? Because is it worse than what it was the other night? Hold on. You can hear me, so you're not complaining? Okay. Let me leave out the studio and come back in. Let me see if that'll help. Hold on. Let me leave out. And give me a second, y'all. I'll come back. Okay, can y'all see me better? Y'all say the audio is good, so if the audio is good, I'm just gonna keep it rolling. Okay. Oh, you just made sure your video wasn't tripping. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can't listen. I should have told you to get a Wi-Fi boost extender to keep for traveling, so your signal is always strong. Child, I'm gonna have to put that on my list, child, because I think I'm getting ready to go on another road trip Wednesday. I think I'm getting ready. Yeah, I think I'm going to get on the road on Wednesday. So, is that something I can get from Best Buy? But you know what I find? I find at these hotel, because I'm not at a hotel, I'm at like a resort, and I'm in the mountains, and so that's probably part of it too, because our signal on the TV sometimes is shaky, because it's satellite TV, so it's I think it's just the location of where I am too, because I'm in the mountains. So, okay. It's a big deal given they were just a few months ago, and I know CS ain't happy. Child, you know Coastline ain't happy. We'll talk about it though. We can talk about it. Okay. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. So, but yeah, I did do okay. But I already recorded them. I can't tell you when they're gonna be up, but we're gonna talk about it. I did one on R. Kelly, I did one on Kim Kardashian, NeNe, and Ray J. So we're gonna probably talk about all of that here. So the quick drops will be for the people who ain't catch the live. Okay. What's up, Zara? How you doing, boo? Really be just traveling all over these jets to the United States. Yeah, I'm about to get on the road, I think. I'm about to get on the road. I'll probably know more. I'll know more definitively by Friday. Amazon and Best Buy has them. Oh, good, because I have a $50 gift card for Best Buy, and I've been trying to figure out what I need. So maybe I'll get that. Okay. And the travel size one for your hotel room. Yeah, I just need a travel size one. I don't need a big one. Knock on wood, I don't need a big one. I also want to get a thing. Anyway, child, y'all don't care about all that. Okay, let's get into this. R. Kelly got sentenced to 30 years. I ain't about to sit here and argue with nobody. I'm sorry. If y'all feel like R. Kelly is innocent, keep it to yourself, because I ain't about to argue. Well, you ain't got to keep it to yourself. Y'all know it's an open chat. But just know that I ain't about to sit here and argue with nobody about what R. Kelly did or did not do. In my mind, R. Kelly is guilty. In my mind, he got away with it far longer than he should have gotten away with it. And in my mind, he got off light. So, bye, bitch. That's how I feel about it. What's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell, the girl, the woman that was working with the other pervert. She was sentenced yesterday, I think, to 25 years, 28 years, something like that. And her dumb ass still don't think she did nothing wrong. She talking about I hope that my conviction brings comfort to the victims. Not, I'm sorry for what I did. Not, no, just basically, I hope y'all happy now is basically what she said. So she got sentenced to 28 years. Bye, bitch. Shana na na, hey, goodbye. Okay, that's all I got. I don't have nothing else for neither one of them. Okay, neither one of them. I listened to a podcast on her. What was it called? I wish I could. I think it's on Waverly. I mean, it's on iTunes under podcast. Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Jeffrey Epstein. And they did a whole podcast on her to like basically talk about who she was, where she came from. She has a very colorful past. She basically was a spoiled rich girl who daddy never made her work for anything or earn anything. She lived this elite high life, and it is what it is. There's been a couple of documentaries made, so if y'all want more information on her, you can go find it, child. It's out there. Wendy says she's doing her podcast. She said she has already started lining up her guests. She said that she is trying to get her disease under control. She also said that she only has about 5% feeling in her feet and that she really should be in a wheelchair. Okay. She actually showed her feet, which I had no interest in seeing, but they were from what I saw, they were discolored and they were very, very swollen. I don't know if they were swollen or if that's the natural state. Like that's how they just are now because of the disease that she's dealing with. What's up, Belize? What's up, boo? Hopefully both of them somehow end up and put in general population inmates do not like. Yeah, honey. She didn't look good to you. Maybe I'm giving her too much grace because I could see where I felt like there were times when she couldn't get her thoughts together, but I didn't feel like, I don't know. It didn't look bad to me. It was a couple of times where I think she couldn't quite get out what she was trying to say, but she said she has no interest in coming back to television and that she is going to do her podcast. So yeah. That's what we got going on with Wendy. That's what we got going on with Wendy, child. Yeah, when Wendy lifted up that foot, I said we probably could have, all of us could have probably lived without seeing that, Wendy. And I'm sorry, Wendy, girl, but I don't feel like any of us needed to see that. I don't feel like any of us needed that in our life. I'm just saying. I don't feel like any of us needed that. We didn't. Mm-mm. But I'm just going to pray for Wendy, child. We got her on the sick and shut-in list, okay? Do we need to? Does Abby need to start keeping the list, the sick and shut in list? Her manner of speaking is much slower and scattered. I feel sorry for her. She's definitely lost a step. Like I can agree to that she's definitely lost a step. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel for her. I do. I really do feel for her. She had a lot happen to her in a short period of time. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I feel for Miss Wendy. I feel for Miss Wendy, child. British Maxwell from Basketball Wives is begging Wendy. Okay, Abby's making the list, y'all. We got Wendy, we got Ray J, we got Kanye. Who else we putting on the list? Listen, we're gonna put Kanye at the top with a star. He is never, ever coming off the list. Ever. He ain't never coming off the list. There's nothing he can do right now to convince me that he ever needs to come off my list. He is definitely at the top of that list. Always and forever. Yeah. So okay. All right. So that's my British. So Brittish Williams, who is on Basketball Wives. If you guys don't watch Basketball Wives, it doesn't matter. She has currently been indicted for fraud. She's caught up in some alleged I think like credit card fraud, buying luxury items, something dealing with that. But she has asked the judge to take her ankle monitor off because she's allegedly missed out on a $30,000 deal with Fenty because she couldn't take the pictures. Because she got a big ass ankle monitor on her foot. Now, this is my question. I got a couple of questions about this. First of all, they couldn't airbrush the ankle monitor out. They can't airbrush that out. 2, they can't just take her from the knee up. She got to take a full with the feet. I mean, is the footwear involved in the pictures? She can't just take pictures from the mid calf up. I mean, it's just on her foot. Third, though, and this is a serious question, y'all, for real. This is a real serious question. If the tenets of our justice system, which, listen, I'm not going to sit here and argue with y'all about how the justice system is some bullshit, because we know that. But let's just talk about what it's supposed to look like. If the tenets of our justice system is supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, her having an ankle monitor is really looking like she already guilty, right? Like, and we've talked about this before. I get it that some people don't need to be on the street just because they haven't been convicted yet. They don't need to be on the streets. I get that. I understand that. I accept that. I respect that. But on the flip side, let's say she does come up innocent. Now, she done missed out on some money. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. I just think that there has to be a better system of people waiting for trial. Because if they haven't been convicted of anything, just an indictment doesn't mean that they're guilty. And if you're costing this woman a $30,000 endorsement deal, now you're affecting her livelihood, regardless of whether she is eventually found guilty or not. Right now, she's not guilty of anything, and she's losing out on money. The judge already told her she couldn't travel with the cast for Basketball Wives because of the fact that she's under indictment. And again, that's money. That's money. No, I get that. I understand it's a condition of her bail, but I'm talking about the bail system. I agree. I'm talking about the bail system. But consequences for what? She hasn't been convicted of anything yet. So why should she be dealing with consequences for something she hasn't been found guilty of? You see what I'm saying? I agree. She violated twice already going to Texas for a birthday party. They could have at least allowed her to have it off a couple of hours just for the shoot. Linnell took photos of after knee replacement and hid the scars. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I let me be clear. I get it. I understand why there are people who are, oh Lord, I can't wait to get my hair done. I understand their reasons. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all. I get it. But I'm looking at it from the flip side of it, though. If, God forbid, it were me, I'm not guilty, right? But yet I'm dealing with the consequences as if I am. So let's assume, forget about whether we like British or not. Forget about Basketball Wives being a dumbass show. Forget about all of that. If she had a quote-unquote regular job, right? And she had to travel for a convention for her regular job. She had to go to a convention or whatever. And if she didn't go, her boss was like, well, if you're not there, I'm not paying you for those days that you're missing. The consequences that she's dealing with, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, it's the bail system in this country is fugazi. Like I have a problem with our bail system. But I do truly understand that there are people who do not need to be out on the streets. Like, I get that. But also, if you have not been convicted, if our justice system is innocent until proven guilty, then right now she is still an innocent woman and she's being treated like a criminal. Y'all see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I just thought, because when I first read it, my thought was, well, that's the consequences. You got to deal with it. But then I was like, well, why is she dealing with consequences if she's not convicted of anything? I don't know. Okay, yeah, talking about something else. Okay. Anyway, like I said, I could see if she had been convicted and this is what she has to deal with. But anyway, yeah, the bail system is messed up already, which won't change overnight. But leaving town for leisurely travel twice with the ankle monitor didn't help her case when it came to a work trip. I agree with that. Now, listen, now let's bring it back to the middle. Let's bring it back to where we are. The fact that the fact that at the end of the day, this is our current system and this is what you have to deal with. You're right. You're absolutely correct. You did not help your cause at all, ma'am. Now, I ain't arguing that. I'm not arguing that at all. You did not help your cause. I listen. But anyway, she said she missed out on a $30,000 Fenty endorsement deal, honey. That's what she had said. But we'll see, honey. All right, child. I'm trying to get the little stuff out the way before we get to some of these big things, honey. What we got going on here? What else I got on my list? I got a lot of stuff on my list today, child. I got a lot. Oh, let me put this up here. It finally downloaded. So let me show y'all. I'm gonna put this on my thumbnail, but join me Sunday, July the 3rd. We're gonna start it at 8 p.m. right now. That's a tentative time for my birthday celebration. I don't think I'm gonna have any music because if I do music, then I'm gonna have to take the live down and delete it. And I don't necessarily think I want to do that. So we're just gonna come up here. We're gonna have a good time. I am going to what I am going to do is I am going to allow of course I'm gonna have people that I'm going to invite more to the panel. But I'm also going to post a link for members. So members will be able to join us on the panel. And then of course I'm going to, invite people. So that's how that's going to work. So I hope to see y'all there on Sunday. I look forward to it. If it's your birthday, make some noise. Hey, I don't want to get too loud because I told y'all my daddy can hear. He said he can hear everything we saying. So I don't want to be too loud. Okay. Okay, so that's what we had going on. Okay. NeNe. Jonathan, I need you to listen carefully before you get excited, okay? So NeNe is currently, the way the headline read was that NeNe is currently in negotiations with Bravo to maybe settle her lawsuit out of court. That's a little misleading. So let me explain to y'all what's going on with NeNe's lawsuit with Bravo, okay? Bravo is saying that NeNe was that, first of all, this is a labor dispute. And when there's a labor dispute, there are certain things that you have to follow as it relates to whatever the labor laws are of the state in which you reside. NBC Universal is saying that NeNe was an employee of New York State because that's where NBC Universal works out of. It's a New York company. NeNe filed her lawsuit, obviously, in Atlanta. NeNe is trying to go by the labor laws of the state of Atlanta. NBC Universal is going by the labor laws for New York. What the labor laws in New York state is that there has to be arbitration. There has to be a period of arbitration where the two parties have to sit down and try to negotiate some sort of a settlement in good faith before it goes to the next step, which of course is a lawsuit. It's very similar when we talk about labor law. So what NBC is saying is that NeNe never gave them that opportunity. NeNe never sat down with them and had the conversation with them to try and negotiate a settlement. And they've asked the judge for that opportunity. They've asked the judge for the time to make NeNe and her attorney sit down with them to try to negotiate a settlement. It doesn't mean that NeNe has voluntarily agreed to any type of settlement conversation. It means that they asked for a 45-minute extension to allow that time period to happen. Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be a settlement in that 45-minute window. It just means that they're saying, listen, she didn't give us the opportunity to do it. And per New York law, New York labor law, that is what we are entitled to. Now, in that 45-minute window, they're going to probably just throw some money at NeNe. Because other than that, what else do they want to negotiate? And I'm sure whatever settlement they negotiate, if NeNe accepts it, 45 days. If NeNe accepts it, I'm sure they're not going to have to agree to any type of liability. And I'm going to tell you why. If NeNe accepts their settlement, they're not going to agree to any liability, because if they do that, then they open the door for anybody else coming behind NeNe or somebody else who worked for the company. Ebony Williams, who had a horrible experience on the Real Housewives of New York. Jen Shaw, who is a minority. She's a person of color. And we know her experience on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City with the other Jen that we found out was a whole racist. You know what I'm saying? Like, it opens up a floodgate that Bravo ain't trying to have. So I don't know if NeNe will settle, because NeNe wants them to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't know if NeNe would agree to a settlement where they don't have to admit any liability. Well, what did they owe her? I don't understand what y'all think. What do y'all think Bravo owed NeNe? They could have avoided all of this by just paying her what she owed in the first place. Tell me what Bravo owed NeNe. And listen, let me say this. We've had this NeNe conversation 500 times. I'm not going to sit here and read and go back and forth. We just talking about this. So when you say they should have paid her the money they owe her, what money do they owe her? She will accept because she knows number 23. You know what? I'm not doing this with you. I do think that NeNe needs money. I do think that NeNe, I think NeNe's money is funny. I'm just being honest. I think NeNe is funny. How did they lowball her? NeNe was the highest paid housewife on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. They didn't lowball NeNe. Not at all. No, ma'am. No, I'm not agreeing with that one, Xavier. NeNe was the highest paid housewife. Matter of fact, at one point in time, NeNe was the highest paid housewife, period, over all of the franchises. At one point, NeNe was the highest paid housewife over all of the franchises. But she was definitely the highest paid housewife out of Real Housewives of Atlanta. That last contract, they did lowball her on that last contract because they wanted her to quit. Because that is what Bravo does. Think about it. Bravo does not quote unquote fire people. Bravo either doesn't renew their contracts. They put them on these 1-year contracts, and at the end of the contract, they don't renew the contract. Or what they do is they lowball people or they demote them to try to get them to quit. So no, they lowballed NeNe on that last contract negotiation because they didn't want to deal with her anymore. And I ain't about to sit here and argue with y'all. We done went down this road 500 times. Y'all feel the way y'all feel about NeNe, and I respect that. And I feel the way I feel about what happened with NeNe. But at the end of the day, that very last season, yes, they absolutely lowballed her. But they lowballed her because of everything that NeNe had been putting them through and what has been going on the show. But let's not act like NeNe wasn't making money, because like I said, at one point, NeNe was the highest paid housewife, and she was the highest paid housewife on Atlanta almost until the last 2 or 3 seasons, only surpassed by Kandi at that point. If you pay her per episode and then cut her out of episodes and then still use her in the season storyline, she was paid too much, in my opinion. Her antics mess her bag up. That's why she is not on there really be. They lowball her, and she's right, but that's what they wanted her to do. That's what they wanted her to do. They did the same thing. Listen, they did the same thing to Cynthia. They lowballed. They made her a friend of the show, so she ended up quitting. They did the same thing to Mariah Hug over on Married to Medicine. They made her a friend of the show. She quit. I mean, that's a whole nother story about whether that's her show or not, but that's what they did to get rid of her. They didn't fire her. They made her a friend of the show, and then they didn't renew her contract. They did it to Vicky. That is what they do. When they want to get rid of people, they demote them, which most people end up quitting rather than become a friend of the show. They end up just quitting. Now, Quad didn't do that. They made Quad a friend of the show. Quad took that shit, she flipped it, and she showed them why she deserved to be a full cast member again. And then next season, she got her job back. The star of the show, when you lowballing, Jonathan, we're not gonna agree. We're not gonna agree, baby. You feel how you feel about NeNe, and that's fine. I ain't about to sit here and do that. We done had this argument for a year. I thought Watch What Happens Live was her idea. According to her, she also said that Lisa Vanderpump stole her idea. I mean, according to her, it was her idea. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me explain something. No, Zara, she wasn't the highest paid until I'm not okay. Y'all feel the way y'all feel about NeNe. We done had this conversation a million times. If I have an idea about something, right? If I have an idea about a new show, I come up with a great idea about a new show, and I tell Ebby my idea, and Ebby ends up getting, and she makes it happen. According to her, she came up with Watch What Happens Live. I'm not saying, I don't know whether she did or she didn't. Don't nobody know but her and Andy. According to her, everything is her idea. Yeah, Miss Toby, child. Like I said, I respect how y'all feel. I just disagree with how y'all feel, and that's cool. We can disagree and still love each other. I mean, NeNe said the same thing about Lisa Vanderpump. She said she wanted to put a restaurant at the exact same location where Lisa Vanderpump built her restaurant. Well, what stops you from building another restaurant? I mean, okay, let's say Lisa Vanderpump took your location. That ain't the only piece of real estate in LA. If you really wanted to build a restaurant in LA, you'd have built a restaurant in LA. So you're gonna say she stole your location. She may, again, I wasn't there. Maybe she did. But if you really wanted to open up a restaurant in LA, Lisa Vanderpump done opened up 3. And 1 in Vegas. So what happened to believe Black women? I believe Black women until I have evidence that tells me otherwise. I don't blindly believe anybody. I believe Black women when I believe that Black women are telling the truth. Her lawsuit is based on jealousy, but they will pay to make her disappear. I believe she might have those ideas, but those are original patent ideas that are going to break open the television market. Why I always got to be the demonstration? What? Oh. I don't believe her. She exaggerates a lot. You know what? I'm not doing this with you. Listen, I'm going to say this one more time, and then we're going to move on because we're just not going to agree, and that's okay. NeNe on the Real Housewives of Atlanta caused a lot of problems. NeNe was rude to the cameramen that came into her home to the point where they didn't want to film in her house anymore. NeNe alienated pretty much everybody on the cast to the point where they didn't want to film with her anymore. NeNe assaulted a cameraman to the point where he had to go get medical attention, and I believe she knocked out a tooth. She was suspended, which is why we did not see her the first however many episodes of that last season. They said that NeNe got to the point where if NeNe had a problem on set, she would call the bosses at Universal, NBC Universal. She would bypass the producers. She would bypass Andy, and she would call directly to NBC Universal. Lies from Candy. See, I didn't even get these from Candy. So there you go, Jonathan. I didn't get this information from Candy. Moving on. NeNe started speaking about the racism at Bravo. Now, let me put a pin in that. I'm not gonna sit here and say that Bravo don't have no shit with them because we've talked about it. Bravo does. But NeNe didn't start speaking about a lawsuit about Bravo and discrimination until her ass got fired. Well, demoted, well, quit, whatever word we're using. So all I'm saying is this. And Kim Zolciak Biermann, the same person that she claims was so racist towards her, is the same person that she continued to film with, the same person that she wanted back on the show. When they asked her who should come back on the show, that's who she said. Oh, they should bring Kim back. Anyway, like I said, we just feel differently, and it's okay. It's okay. The co-host of Ice Out Other Castmates. I don't know what that means, Zara. The co-host of Ice Out Other Castmates. I don't know what that means. The co-host of Ice Out Other. I don't know what that means, Zara, babe. Even Charlie Sheen got kicked. Right, Charlie Sheen got fired from his own show. It was his damn show. He was the star of the show, and he thought that the show was bigger than him, and they could never go on without him, and they fired his ass real quick. Not as a scheme set up by child. The cameraman who was going into a private section of her home. Again, we just not going to agree. It's okay. It's okay. Moving on. So that's what's going on with NeNe. So I just want to explain that headline. It made it because when I saw the headline, I was like, oh, they about to negotiate and resolve this issue. But when you read through, it's not quite that simple. It's not quite that simple. I might need to close that blind. The sun is setting. These co-hosts Ice Out cast members like the Hunger Games. What co-hosts? Who co-hosts? You talking about her co-stars? But anyway, so there's that. Moving on. Let's see where I want to go with this. Let's go and talk about Ray J, child. So Ray J did a live. The cast members, okay. So Ray J did a live, where he apologized. You know, he apologized to his fans. He apologized. You know, to the people who felt some kind of way about what happened down to the Verzuz. He had Bobby Valentino on the live. He had Sammy. He had Pleasure P. And they were able to resolve a little bit of beef, or resolve the situation. You know, Sammy said that he thought it was all fun and games. He thought they was all having a good time. He didn't realize that maybe he had gone too far. Maybe he had done too much. You know what I'm saying? He thought it was all fun and games. He said that him singing One Wish, he said that One Wish has always been a special song to him. He loves that song. He grew up. He said that One Wish came out right when he had signed his record deal. And so it was like, it meant something to him. And so he didn't mean any disrespect by him singing it. Ray J wants a do-over. He doesn't want a Verzuz do-over, but he wants some sort of a do-over where he can come to his fans because he really feels bad about how it happened, right? And he doesn't want them to think that he doesn't take it seriously. So he wants to apologize. So what he said was a couple of things that I thought was really cool. And this is why I think we might be able to take Ray J off the sick and shut in list, okay? He said some cool things. First of all, we know that he's filming for Love and Hip Hop. He didn't say whether it was Miami or Hollywood, but I believe it was Miami because we know that Miami is coming back. We ain't heard nothing about Hollywood. So I believe he was filming because he said while he was on live, the producer was calling him because they need him to film. And he was like, he ain't gonna be able to film this week because he busy doing other stuff. So we know he's filming for Love and Hip Hop, whatever. Not Ray J got fans. Shady, Miss Toby. Ray J said it was that Casamigos. Listen, that Casamigos we might have to get some Casamigos for your birthday trip because people be acting like Casamigos be laying people out. I gotta get to that. Now we don't need a do-over. So then he told Sammy, he said, well, let's do, since you really like One Wish, he said, let's do a 2022 remix. Like let's do a One Wish redo, like a remix. He said, and I'll give you the song. I'll let you own the song because you know that's one of the things we can laugh at Ray J all we want to about his vocals or whatever, but Ray J owns his own music. And One Wish, even though he might only have 2 or 3 hits, those 2 or 3 hits make him more money than Sammy, Mario, Omarion, Bobby Valentino put together because he owns his music. And that's the one thing he kept clowning them about was the fact that he owns his music. He owns his music. So I thought that was cool as hell that he's gonna, you know, he offered to not only do the song with Sammy, but he offered to let Sammy own it so that he can make all of the money off of it. I thought that was cool as hell. And I ain't gonna front. I know that we clown Ray J, which he deserves it. But I think that was cool. Yeah, I think it was Love and Hip Hop Miami too. I think so. The other thing he said that I thought was very interesting, he said that he wanted to bring Marcus Houston on as part of his team with him and Bobby Valentino. He said, because I feel like Marcus Houston was a big part of that whole time period where all of us were kind of out there making music. And I thought that would be cool for him to be a part of the night. You know, they had Sammy and Bobby Valentino and Pleasure P and Omarion and Mario. He thought it would be cool. He said that Omarion blocked it, and Omarion would not allow Ray J to include Marcus Houston on his team. I thought that was some old bitch shit. Because first of all, ain't Omarion and Marcus Houston cousins? Aren't they related? And second of all, why would Omarion not? Because listen, after what Jay Boogden told us, I believe it. I believe it. Now, I do know that Marcus Houston has that situation where he was dating the girl, and as soon as she turned 18, they got married and had a baby. I get it. But I don't think that was Omarion's reasoning. Let's be clear. That ain't Omarion's reasoning. Y'all know that. Y'all know that ain't what Omarion's reason was. Y'all know that. But I thought Marcus is kind of iffy, though. What you mean iffy? Like how? Like if he'll show up? Or if you're like he can't sing, because hell, clearly being able to sing was not the criteria of the night. See, all this B2K Marquise Chris Stokes drama goes back to the bedroom. Oh, Lord. Omarion didn't want any singers on his team to show him up. But remember, Ray J and them were on stage first. Like, they weren't even out there when Omarion and Mario. That was like the pre-show, which that was stupid as hell. I don't understand the pre-show, but okay. But the last thing that Ray J said, which I thought was really interesting as well, Ray J said, this might be a cool TV show. He said, would y'all be interested in doing a show about, it sounded basically like he was pitching a male version of Encore, is what it really sounded like. But he asked them if they would be interested in doing like a show about maybe them going back into the studio, working together. And I was like, now this sounds very familiar. And he was like, yeah, maybe we can get this show on Zeus Network. Because you know that Ray J has a relationship with Lemmy Plummer down to the Zeus. Because, he has this whole conversation show that he's the executive producer of on Zeus. So, because remember, that's why he got in trouble with VH1. I'm going to close those blinds. I remember that's why he got in trouble with VH1, because they say he keep taking them Love and Hip Hop people over to Zeus having the conversation. And they didn't like that. They kind of put the kibosh on him taking. That's why he started doing like Bad Girls Club and, Rolling Ray, even though Bobby Lights was, but anyway. So what's up, Miss Bay Thing? What's up, boo? So I thought that was interesting. And y'all know now, listen, we can say a lot of things about Ray J, but one thing we know about Ray J makes shit happen. And I could see that being a show. The only problem is he better make sure he don't get sued by Carlos King and Todd Tucker, because if he better make sure it's not too close to Encore, because it sounds very Encore-ish to me. I mean, I think it would be a cool concept. I think it would be a cool platform to be over on Zeus, but it sounds very Encore-ish to me. I don't know. They had Life After B2K reality show. Oh, I didn't even know nothing about that. I wouldn't have watched nothing like that anyway, because y'all know I don't even know who these people are. Child, I couldn't even name you the members of the group until last week.
The member's former member was JC Carroll.
Okay, I don't even know what they talk. I don't even know what they're talking about. This versus was crazy. Chris Brown said he would love to do a versus with Usher if Usher wanted to do it. That might break the internet. Now that would, I think, and honestly, even though I'm not the biggest Chris Brown fan, and I probably can't name you more than 4 or 5 Chris Brown hits, it's my understanding that he's got hits. Not RSVP. Not RSVP, the TV show. Now, I meant to read y'all this the other day when I did my live the other day. Hold on. Okay. Oh, Lord, I need to put my phone on the charger. All right, let me read y'all this. So, Sean Stockman and it says PhD. I didn't know Sean Stockman got his PhD, but anyway, of Boyz II Men, he posted this after the verses. Now, he ain't named no names, but we know who the hell he was talking about. He said, I'm watching artists squander their blessings by not doing what it takes to have a long-standing career in the music business. It's heartbreaking. It's all about optics, not soul, not conviction, not intention to last any longer than just a few streams. I don't want to see any more artists' jewelry on social media. No more videos of their cars, cribs, or money. From now on, I want to see videos of artists in rehearsal. Your jewelry doesn't mean shit if you can't perform. Man, this music business is weird. So, and I feel like he can speak, because Boyz II Men has always, now he went on, it was more to the message. He went on to say how his group was never, he said, his group wasn't perfect. You know, he's not saying that they were always perfect or they always delivered perfect performances. He said, but they always worked at it. They always practiced. They always showed up for sound check, and they always worked at being better. Yes, I'm a Breezy fan. I just don't say it because of the whole Rihanna thing. Yeah, I mean, I didn't stop being a Chris Brown fan because of the Rihanna thing. I mean, he got a couple of songs that I like, but he's just he don't do it for me. First of all, Chris Brown looked like a crackhead to me. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. He looked like a crackhead. The boy looked like he just always looked like he needed a bath. And when he talked, he sounded like he smoked a pack of Newports. I just saw an interview with Chris Brown. I think it might have been when he was talking about doing the Usher verses. Hold on, y'all. Let me close these blinds to get this glare. Hold on. Hold on a second, y'all. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. Not crack, but definitely coke. I mean, I'm just saying. He held a URL battle at his house and he was hot. I mean, he just looked. I'm sorry. See. He's a crackhead. He looks dirty. Honestly, I'm surprised he's still alive. Been expecting an overdose article for a while. I watched Swiss Beats on Fat Joe's live. He wasn't happy and said changes will be made to ensure the debacle doesn't happen again. Well, let's be clear, they've had a couple of debacles because that Bone Thugs and Harmony one was a total mess. They was all drunk and high. All of them. But, okay, Swiss Beats, go off, child. Go off. We need another verses with R&B legends like we had with Patty and Gladys. The B2K era used auto-tune, drinking and doing drugs, and that doesn't help with vocals. Exactly. Because that's the other thing with Ray J. I do think at one point Ray J had a decent voice. Now, I ain't going to never say Ray J had a great voice. But I do think at one point in time, Ray J had a decent voice. But remember, Ray J smokes. Ray J smokes cigarettes, and Ray J drinks. And he doesn't sing regularly. Like, he doesn't work on being a singer because he makes his money in so many other ways. Ray J don't sing no more. Yeah, we remember Shaka Khan, child. We remember that mess. We remember that debacle. Hey, Boo and Dario, congratulations, Dario, on another season of Chasing Atlanta. You have Chasing LA coming up. Oh, I love to see it. I love to see it. What happened with Zeus? Nothing bad happened with Zeus. I was just saying that Ray J was saying he did a live with him and Sammy, Pleasure P, and Bobby Valentino. And he asked them if they would be interested in doing like a reality show about them working on an album, working on a record. And he said that he was going to talk to Lemmy Plummer down to Zeus about getting it put on Zeus. And I was just saying, he already has a good relationship with them, and I said it sounds very encore-ish. It sounds like a decent idea, but very encore-ish. Yeah, we definitely ready for Chasing LA. Give Dario a minute. He just filmed the reunion for Chasing Atlanta, honey. He need a minute. He need a minute to relax. But I think it'll be, hey, Yummy. I think it'll be an interesting concept though. Definitely for people who are of that time period. You know, I probably wouldn't care. I'm just gonna be honest. But definitely people who are of that time period. Usher looks great. He doesn't age one bit. I see his roller skating reels on Facebook from time to time. He still moves like he's 25. Listen, Usher and them roller skating reels are everything. I love it. And y'all know in his Vegas residency, he had a whole part of his Vegas residency where he did it on skates. I said, I know that's right. He didn't drink the tea. His sister told him to drink. Right. Y'all, we love Dario over here. That's my boo thing. That's my boo thing. We were asking for a male version of Encore. Well, I would love to see a male version of Encore. This wasn't what I envisioned, but I would welcome a male version of Encore. I would. Yeah, we definitely came up with a bunch of different Encore, like boop, 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 boop. We appreciate consistency, so we need Chasing reality shows. Listen, Chasing reality is very consistent. It not only is it, and I'm not saying this. Well, I'm saying this because I love Dario. Fuck that, I don't care. But not only is it consistent in when they bring us a show, but they are consistent in the quality of the show. We may not always like the storylines. We may not always agree with the storylines, but we can always agree that you bring us consistent quality stuff. Like, we want to see it. We love the visuals. We can see when you've stepped something up. We can see when you've done something different. We can see that you are putting work into the channel. We can see that you are investing in what you're doing and that you give a damn about what you bring us as consumers. And that's real talk. And that's real talk. So yeah, absolutely. The male version of Encore will require people who could actually sing, but there are a lot of people who could actually sing. Like, there are a lot of R&B stars who can sing. Was anyone here for Rap and Brandy on the BET Awards? I don't think I have a comment. I'm just gonna say I love Brandy, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. I love Brandy. I love her. That's all I got. That's all I got. Mm-hmm. That's all I got. Hey, Crispies, what's up, boo? That's all I got. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I didn't have nothing else for y'all. Listen, if we thought they was fighting with the women's, I can only imagine what the men's would be. All them egos and testosterone, child, it would really be a fight. Like, they would need like Zeus level security because it would be a fight for real. Like, it would be a real fight for real. She don't even have to. I don't. Because I'm still trying to figure out why Jack Harlow was there. So I can't really speak on why Brandy was there rapping until I can understand why Jack Harlow was there. Because I still don't understand why he was there. I don't know. I love MC Lyte. And that takes me back to my era of hip hop, because y'all know I'm old. I love me some MC Lyte, child. When you say you love me, it doesn't matter. It goes into my head as just chit chatter. You may think it's egotistical or just very free, but what you say, I take none of it seriously. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you so. I let you between the read me, and then you know, because I hate when one attempts to analyze fact. I despise those who even try to look into my eyes and see what I'm thinking. That dream is over. See, I could do this all day with MC Light. I love MC Light, y'all. Okay, y'all, let's get into the rest of this because y'all know what happens when we start talking about music. Y'all know we go down the rabbit hole. Mariah had that stage help us. So listen, Mariah always, I don't know what it is about Mariah not being able to walk when she is on stage. We know she can't dance, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. Everybody ain't a dancer. Whitney couldn't dance. Everybody ain't a dancer. But why you can't walk? I don't know. Jack Harlow was there because he wanted to be down. He another one. He just looked dirty. Every time I see him, he looked dirty. He looked like he need to get in the shower. Every time I see him. Thank you, Tracy. You know, listen, a little something, just a little something. All right, so that's Ray J. Child. That's Ray J. Child. What else we got over here on my list? I got a lot of stuff on my list. So they had said that. Did y'all see that they called? Yeah, MC Light looks good. Oh, damn, you talking about Black Don't Crack? Damn, she look good. What time is it? What time is it? 6:30. Okay, because I got to go get my nephew some ice cream in a little while. Baby, we wore his little. Listen, let me tell you something about that baby being so tired. We've been wearing his ass out, but he been wearing us out. Okay, it has been mutual. Okay, he been wearing us out. We've been wearing him out. Anyway, not because she's stuffed in the dress. Child, Mariah can walk, but she's a queen. She requires assistance. Oh Lord, what's up, Citizen Jane? What's up, boo? So they called an emergency hearing for these January 6th hearings. They said there was a woman that had some information that she needed to drop and share. Y'all, I don't know if any of y'all watched that hearing yesterday, but the stuff that she said, no, MC Light is she divorced. Her husband got divorced. Yeah, her husband got divorced. But listen, she said that the people coming down for the rally, they started finding weapons on the people, and they told Donald Trump that the people have weapons, and he said, because you know they to get into the rally, they had to go through metal detectors. And he said that the people couldn't get through. They told him that the people couldn't get through the metal detectors because they had weapons on them. And his response was, let them through with their weapons. They're not here to get me. Then when the rally was over, and he told them to go to the Capitol. He wanted to go down to the Capitol with them. And he tried to instruct the Secret Service to take him down to the Capitol. And they told him it was too dangerous and they would not take him. They said that he physically tried to turn the steering wheel and force Secret Service. He told them that he is president of the damn United States and they supposed to do what he told them to do. They had to physically restrain that man. They had to physically restrain him because he tried to go down there to the Capitol. Now, in hindsight, I wish they had let his ass go. I wish they had let him go. Because maybe then, that would have been enough for some of these people to be like, oh, damn. Y'all. I was listening. I mean, that's just the highlights. I mean, she said all kinds of stuff. about what they knew. And my thing is this: if the Secret Service knew it was too dangerous to take the president down there, and they knew that those people had weapons, then they knew that they needed to do something. If you could override the president about not taking his ass down to the damn Capitol, and you could override the president and not calling in the troops. They said they asked Melania Trump, and they showed the text messages. Her chief of staff asked, or whoever, may not have been her chief of staff, asked if she wanted to release a statement telling the people to be peaceful and to stir away from violence. And her response was no. You alive? I didn't know you were alive, Teddy. I didn't get a notification. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were alive. You know I wouldn't have stepped on your foot like that. I didn't know you were alive, babe. The Secret Service is saying that's not true. I believe he did too. That they might. I believe he did it. I believe he did it. Because they have a vested interest in saying that didn't happen. Because if they knew it was too dangerous for him to be down there, and they knew that those people had weapons, then they should have done more than what they did. So they have a reason to lie. I don't believe them. It's gonna make his cult stronger. They are positive that he is with them. Child. Well, I'm not talking about the cult. The cult, you're never gonna be able to get to the cult. The cult is gonna have to come to their own realization themselves. I'm talking about a lot of these middle of the road people. You know, I got into it with one of my coworkers about it, talking about it wasn't an insurrection. It was just people upset about the election and what about Black Lives Matter? I mean, at least they weren't burning down buildings. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. First of all, we're not going to compare what happened on January 6th to Black Lives Matter. We're not going to compare the two. That's two separate conversations. But you're going to sit here and tell me that it wasn't, and he's talking about some, they shot one of the protesters, talking about the Capitol Police. I said, and how many Capitol Police were dead or permanently injured? Like, are you serious right now? Like, are we really having this conversation? Y'all was so irritated with him. When were you live? I did not get the notification. I did not know you were live. Sorry. I watched the hearing. Trump is bad-ish crazy for real. Baby dictator. Well, yeah. You better than me for even it shocked me because the coworker that it came from, there's some of my coworkers that I would have expected to hear from, and I just would have kept it moving. But he wasn't one of them. It kind of shocked me when he said it, and I was like, It kind of shocked me. But he's also the type of person that will troll you, and so I think sometimes he be trolling people. Like I think sometimes he be saying stuff for a reaction. You know. All right, y'all. Let's talk about. Let me see. Yeah, let's talk about. I got a couple of more stories to talk about, child. Let's talk about the McDonald's daddy. I'm sure most of y'all have seen. If you haven't seen, the woman that posted the video and it's gone viral of her being upset at her baby daddy because he is only bringing McDonald's for his child. She has 4 children. 3 of them don't belong to him. Only 1 belongs to him. And he shows up with McDonald's. Sorry, y'all. He showed up at McDonald's for his son. Now, I didn't get the whole backstory on why he was just showing up randomly with food for his child. But I'm gonna let y'all listen to. I'm gonna let y'all listen to a little bit of what was said. I'm gonna let y'all listen to a little bit of what was said, child. Because again.
Child, but I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't see my other kids at McDonald's though? Like that bogus as hell. Like, you're not gonna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there you go. And I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
What? Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the seven.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
Then if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
How are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings? Them are his siblings though. He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings and they're not eating on McDonald's. No, why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car.
No. He's not finna eat that shit at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that I gotta bring? So when I bring my son food, I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
You sound dumb.
How is that dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb.
Where are their daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them other. You had them other kids. Them your responsibility. They're not my responsibilities.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's?
So
you know I get food stamps on the 11th.
That ain't 3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine.
Yeah, they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You expect me to take all the kids? They're not my kids.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids. Because I'm exposing everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're foolish in this bullshit. You only come here with one piece of food for one child.
The child that's mine, silly.
No, that's dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all then. He can't take that. He can't eat it.
Maybe if you had 1 or 2, I could maybe. You got it's 3 extra kids. What the all I go to my mother account, spending money on all those kids. They're not my kids.
Them are your kids' siblings though.
So that's you gonna go with? That's the one you gonna
Those are your fucking kids' siblings.
They my so that means
yeah. So don't. No, I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every other day. What do you mean?
Exactly, but you don't never bring food for the other ones. You know I get my food stamps on the 11th.
For babies.
Okay, but I'm saying we share the same kids as well.
Absolutely. So if you want to, if you feel like I feel away about eating, take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the room.
Send him down to the car. He ain't even got to eat for his brother. He come right out to the car and eat with me.
No. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here. Give it here.
Kids,
give it here. He's eating it. You.
So that's the part that I wanted to get to, because she took the food from him and threw it on the ground and was like, if you didn't bring enough for everybody, then he not eating none of it. So I've been reading the comments as they've been scrolling by. And let me say this. Would it be nice if he were to buy food for all 4 of the kids? Because if Xavier said that his son called him and said that he was hungry. So if his son is hungry, then the reality is maybe all of the kids are hungry, right? Would it be nice of him? Well, thank you, Yummy. You a Cancer baby too? Hey, my birthday is Saturday. Thank you for being a subscriber. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, Yummy, to the channel. Welcome. Technically, I feel like this. Could he have picked up 4 Happy Meals instead of 1, or however old the children are? Yeah, sure. Yeah, he could have. But I'm going to say this, just based on that one little video clip, I feel like I feel like in the past, he probably has tried. And I feel like no matter what he does, it's not enough. If this were really about your children eating and your children being hungry, then your solution is to throw the food that you did get on the ground instead of dividing that food up. Now, don't get me wrong. It's hard to divide up a hamburger by 4. I get it. I got that. It's hard to divide a hamburger up in fries. But at the end of the day, if y'all was really that desperate, if it was really that bad, you wouldn't have thrown that food on the ground like that. Just to prove a point, just because you're mad. Would it be nice for him to bring food for all of your children? Sure. But is he obligated to bring food for all of your children? No. So let me ask this. If he bought new shoes, if your son called and said, Daddy, I need a new pair of shoes, is he obligated to buy shoes for all 4 of your children because your check don't come until the 11th? Because her thing was, well, I don't get my check I don't get my food stamps until the 11th. So is it her? What's up, Star? Hey, boo. Is it his responsibility to make sure that all of your children are taken care of if he's taking care of the one that belong to him? And the way in which she went about it, again, was there a different way that you could have handled that maybe it would have garnered you what you wanted? I got a question. Why isn't the food stamps lasting throughout the whole month? Well, listen, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Food stamps, that's a whole nother conversation, child. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. Right. There, I don't know when this video was taken, but if they're hungry to 11, so what you gonna do for the rest? Let's just assume for a minute he did bring food for all 4 of your kids. What you gonna do for the rest of the days until you get your food stamps? Like, what's the solution for the rest of the days? It's just so much. She is ridiculous, but he is spending $6 a day for 1 meal every day, just buy 2 pieces a week. I mean, again, I don't know if this man pays child support. Like, I don't know what else goes on with these two. But from that video, I feel like this man has been dealing with her ignorance for a long time. The fact that she thought she was exposing him because she thought that she really had a valid argument in this conversation. If I was that desperate, I'm not even calling the daddies. I'm speed dialing the elder and I'm going to ask for enough to get me through. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could, like, legit. She could have called him and said, can I get $30 until the 11th? And she could have took that $30 to the grocery store and bought $30 worth of groceries that would have lasted for all her kids. Now, it might have been oodles and noodles. It might have been hamburger helper. It might have been, spaghetti. But you could have took that $30, went down to I know prices are high, but I'm just saying, ideally, she could have went down there. She probably selling over half the food. Right. Now, listen, like I said, I don't know nothing about this woman, but she seemed like the type of person that be selling her food stamps. Now, I don't know her, but she seemed like either that or on the 11th, she going to get a crab roll. When she get her stamps on the 11th, she going to get her some crab legs and some scrimps. Right? Okay? And again, I don't know this woman, but just that little 2-minute clip, I just feel like I know you. Me too, Vovo. Me too. And again, if this man, I don't know this man either. And I ain't saying he innocent because who knows what their relationship is, child. It looked like it's just toxic. But again, if he has enough money to go to McDonald's every other day and spend, like you said, nowadays a McDonald's meal is $10. Even if you're getting a Happy Meal, is what, $6 or $7? But that wasn't a Happy Meal he had. He had a full meal because it was a large drink in his hand. So that was a full meal he had. He spent $10, $11 on that meal. You could have said to him, listen, I know that a lot of times you come through here when I ask you for something or your son calls you, I know that you go to McDonald's and you just hit the drive-thru and you bring him some food, and I appreciate that. But could you please, instead of going through the drive-thru and buying McDonald's, could you please just take $30 and buy me some groceries? Because all my kids are hungry. Like, there's a way that you can handle that. Because let's be clear, common sense ain't common either. I ain't saying he is a saint, because I don't know him either. But I do know that the way in which she's choosing to approach it ain't never gonna get her what she want from him. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, he know he being petty. Well, I'm not gonna say he's being petty, but he knows what he's doing. He's not stupid. He knows you have 3 other children. But I bet you things have happened in the past that has led him to be the type of person that he is. And again, I'm not defending it, because at the end of the day, the kids are the ones that are suffering for her ignorance. But I bet you, I'd be willing to put $20 right now that if we got the backstory, y'all out here, let me know. Because if he does a video telling the whole story, because I believe that there's a whole story to tell. If he does a video telling his side of the story, y'all, please send it to me. Somebody send me the link. Screen record it, do something. Because I bet you, if that child is old enough to be eating a full meal. So let's say the baby is 10 years old. I don't even know. I'm just going to say he's 10 years old, right? He been dealing with her ass for 10 years, y'all. 10 years. And when he said it'd be different if you had one other kid or something. But he said, you got 3 other kids. She said, you knew that when you got with me. She said, you knew what you was dealing with when you got with me. Right. She said, everybody thinks he's a good dad, which tells me that he's probably paying child support. Because this is one thing I've learned about people. She was so quick to air him out. She would have said that. She'd have said, you so quick to bring McDonald's over here, but you behind on your child support. You so quick to bring McDonald's over here, but you owe me. You owe me. Like, she'd have said it. Y'all know she'd have said it. Because the whole purpose of that video was for her to, quote unquote, air him out. So you know she'd have said it if that man wasn't paying child support. So I believe he pays his child support, or at least gives her money regularly. It may not be through the court, but he give her money regularly. Because see, she wasn't gonna say nothing where he could come back and be like, you a liar. You know I pay my child support. You know I don't owe you nothing. Like, boom, boom, boom. Clearly the other, and that's the other thing too, little baby. He probably the most reliable out of all her damn baby daddies. Because again, where they at? Let me tell y'all what she did. She told all of her children, call your daddy and tell him you're hungry. That's what she did. She said, call your daddy and tell him you're hungry. And he the only one that showed up. Because trust and believe, if that little boy called his daddy and said he was hungry, all the rest of them kids called their daddy and said that they was hungry. He the only one that showed up with some food. That's what that was. And he probably doesn't listen, we about to go deep. He probably don't give her money no more, because I'm sure there have been times when she's asked him for money and he done sent her some money or bought her some money, and she ain't spend the money on what she was supposed to spend that money on. And that's why he shows up with food and he don't show up with money. Now, he could go to the grocery store and he could buy groceries. I get that. But that's why he don't show up with no cash. And that's why she really mad. She really mad because the man don't show up with cash. He show up with food. Because if her kids was really starving like that, and if her kids was really starving like that, she'd have took that damn food. She'd have spread them damn fries out by 4. She'd have cut that hamburger into 4. She'd have poured that drink into 4 cups, and she would have said, baby, this is all mama got for tonight. We're gonna get something in the morning. Maybe not. He might get the only one who is regularly available. That may be true too. You know what? She might not cook. She might not. I will file for sole custody. Yeah, because even when he said, okay, well, let him come he can come sit in the car and eat. If you worried about him eating in front of he can come sit with me. No, he can't do that. She sold that EBT card. Ciao. What's up, Diamond? Mwah. Hey, Diamond Onyx. Hey, boo. But I'm telling you again, I could see the argument to be made that, you know, why would you show up with McDonald's knowing that there's kids in the house that ain't eating? But I'm telling you, it's more to that story, y'all. I want to hear what he got to say. If he go live, if he do a video, a TikTok, or Instagram, something, if y'all find it, y'all drop it in my Instagram because I want to see it. Exactly, Krispies. And at the end of the day, regardless of who's right and who's wrong, the people suffering are the kids because at the end of the day, she threw the food on the ground. So now all your kids is hungry again. Because if you think he about to go back and buy it, well, I ain't going to say he might, it's his child, but you threw the food. She literally, in the video, she threw the food on the ground. She poured out the drink, and then she threw the bag of the food on the ground. Like, you could see the food scattering. So you really wasn't concerned about your child eating. You really weren't concerned about your child eating. Because, again, I've heard stories of parents who don't eat at all. They don't eat anything. They give their kids whatever they got to give them, and they don't eat anything. And she might not be selling her food stamps. She may not be. Absolutely. She may not be. And again, I don't know why she ain't had no money or why she ain't had no food. I'm just telling y'all my opinion. But I don't know why. But what I do know is the way she handled that, in my opinion, wrong. And you get more flies with honey than with vinegar. Yeah, at the very end of the video, I mean, I wasn't showing the video because but at the very end of the video, she said, give me that food. And he gave it to her thinking she was going to go in the house with it. And she said, my son ain't eating that shit. And she poured, you heard the drink pour out, and then you saw the food flash across, like you saw the food on like her throwing the food. You know what's cheaper than groceries? Condoms. Oh, well, out here being fast and having all these damn kids and had a nerve to be entitled and wasteful. Well, exactly. I've gone without many a night to make sure my kids were good. Yeah, and again, I know I would. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard stories. I've seen stories. You know, I know people who personally have gone through that. You hear people talk about it all the time. You know, when we were kids, you know, many a nights my mom went to bed. You know, she would pretend. Like I heard some celebrity said that his mother would pretend like, you know, she was eating. And he said it wasn't until years later that he realized that she just didn't eat. She would always tell them, oh, I'm so tired. Let me just take a nap. I'll eat when I wake up. I'll eat later. Y'all go ahead. I'm so tired from work. And he said he didn't find out until years later that she wasn't eating anything, but she didn't want them to know that she wasn't eating. Child. All right, child. All right. What time is it? Oh, y'all been wanting me to talk about this P-Valley thing. I'm going to go ahead and talk about this P-Valley thing, and then we're going to get off of here, child. I got a couple other things, and we'll talk about that later. What's today? Wednesday. I may be able to get on here before I leave. But listen, so P-Valley, for those of you who watch P-Valley, you know P-Valley is a show about the strippers down to the paint. And there's I'm going to say a gender fluid character by the name of Uncle Clifford. He runs the paint. It's his strip club. Last season, there was a whole situation with him and a rapper by the name of Lil Murder. They had this whole private dancer situation. They were in a relationship situation, but it was like DL because he's this hard rapper, you know, and of course their relationship was private. Now, what's interesting is that Uncle Clifford clocked him from the door. Uncle Clifford clocked him from the door. And he is what they would call, isn't he what they would call trade, Vovo? Vovo, tell me if I'm wrong. That's Lil Murder is the definition of what we would call trade, right? Or El Teddy if you're still in the Raptors. When my kids were younger, they realized that I only ate sides and left the meat for them. See, that's what I'm saying. Listen. Okay, thank you. So now last season, there was some very intimate moments between Lil Murder and Uncle Clifford. There was even, a sex scene. Now, it was a little rough. It was a little rough. But there was a sex scene between Uncle Clifford and Lil Murder. So this season, again, Lil Murder and Uncle Clifford, because Uncle trade-ish, okay. Uncle Clifford and Lil Murder ain't really vibing right now because Uncle Clifford told him, listen, our relationship is never meant to be. Like, you'll never be able to love me out loud, and I deserve that. Like, I'm not gonna be your secret. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I live out loud. I'm proud of who I am, and I'm not gonna allow you to put me in a closet. I'm just not gonna do it. But they really do have feelings for each other. Like, he really loves Uncle Clifford, and Uncle Clifford they really have feelings for each other. But he ain't gonna live his life privately like that. So, flip side, this season he's on tour. He's rapping. He got a little minor local hit, and he's on tour doing a little small clubs. And they picked up one of his boys from jail, Lil Teak, Big Teak, whatever the man name is. And it became obvious very early on that they had some sort of a past together. Well, in last Saturday's episode, there was a whole sex scene. And it was very explicit. I mean, when I say explicit, I mean, it was real soft pornish, right? They pulled out the condom, pulled out the lube. They was kissing. There was oral interaction. It was very, very soft pornish. And the people have lost their fucking minds. And listen, the only reason why, the spit was gross. The only reason why these people have lost their mind is because last season, Uncle Clifford bought into the mainstream's idea of gay. Uncle Clifford is gender fluid. He wears girls' clothes, guys' clothes. He wears makeup. He wears nails, wigs, and it was that very acceptable gay vision, right? Of what most people are cool with. But Lil Murder, even with Lil Murder, people know the whole, he's down low, yada, yada, yada. But now you have two very hard, very thuggish bone characters. And everybody done lost their damn mind. Why? Because it doesn't play into your vision of what gay love looks like, or what gay couples are, or what gay couples need to be. Like, is it because it goes against your sensibilities of what gay is? Even Lil Duval, which, let's be clear, Lil Duval is ignorant. He talk about something, P Valley, they lost me with that. You got to warn people when you going to showing something like that. He said, and it doesn't make me homophobic that I don't want to see it. I mean, I love my mama and I'm cool with my mama, but I don't want to see her have sex. So you're equating a gay sex scene to your mama having sex? I mean, I don't want to see my mama have sex too, but I wouldn't equate my mama having sex to Lil Murder and Uncle Clifford, or Lil Murder and Big Teak. Now, let's be clear. If you're the kind of person that fast forwards through any sex scene, do you? If you're the type of person where that's just not something you're interested in seeing, because like I said, it was very soft pornish. But ask yourself, do you fast forward through all sex scenes? Is this something that makes you feel uncomfortable when it's all people? Right, he's afraid he might be turned on, right? Okay. Lil Duval is annoying. Right. I didn't see anybody having a problem because let's be clear, in that very same episode, you had a lesbian scene. You had Mercedes and you had Coach's wife. And they was, again, we saw titties, we saw licking, sucking, we saw oral interaction. I didn't hear nobody having a problem with that. I have not seen that one tweet about anybody having a problem with Mercedes and the Coach's wife getting it in. I didn't see that. Now tell me if it was there, I didn't see it. Right. Like, okay. We didn't see none of that. The best part I seen wasn't even the sex, though. It was the little cheek holding. And again, it was very sensual. Like when he kissed the scar on his abdomen from the stab wound. We remember last week where they talked about when they were in jail, how Big Teak saved his life when he got stabbed. And Big Teak basically went after the guy that stabbed him. So there was a moment there, that intimate moment, but it was connected to their love story, right? To be honest, I do fast forward at times, straight, lesbian, or gay. I just don't be wanting to see it sometimes. Some sex scenes are just unnecessary. And that's what I'm saying. If it makes you uncomfortable when across the board, then cool. Because listen, illegal, there are times when I be like, okay, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? This show does too much with all the sex scenes. And again, if you feel that way about all the sex scenes, Jonathan, ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. They weren't even mad at a wife beatboxing on the microphone of a man who she's not married to. Right. That's the other thing. So in this one episode, we had a male on male sex scene. We had a woman on woman sex scene. And we had a woman giving fellatio to a man that was not her husband, and her husband walking in on it. And ain't nobody said nothing about anything except for the male on male sex scene. Y'all didn't have, when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. Y'all didn't have no problem with nothing else except for that. And P-Valley is absolutely rated TVMA. And let's go back to the beginning and work our way back. Don't nobody have a problem with the fact that every episode starts off with a whole pole dancing routine that is very sensual. Ain't nobody ever said nothing about that. I ain't never heard anybody complain and say, oh my gosh, they show the girls dancing on the pole too much. Oh my gosh, it's too much. I didn't even hear anybody complaining about Uncle Clifford doing his little pole dance last week. Why? Because it didn't make them uncomfortable to see Uncle Clifford on the pole. It didn't make them uncomfortable. If Zeke finds out about Cliff, everything is going to hit the ceiling and bust in the flames. Plus, he's giving potential obsessive lover. Listen, Lauren, I already made this prediction on my live review over on TSF when we do our live review of P-Valley. I already made this prediction. I said that there's going to be a climax that is going to involve the three of them, and one of them is going to end up dead. And I think it's going to be Teak. I think Teak is going to go after Clifford, Uncle Clifford, and I think Lil Murda is going to have to make a decision about who he's going to save, and he's going to end up saving Uncle Clifford. That's my prediction. I don't know what episode that's going to happen, but somehow they're going to end up back at the Pink. They're going to make their way back around because Mississippi's going to end up back at the Pink. Not dancing per se, but they're going to be at the Pink, whether they're going to be performing or whatever, because Mississippi has to close that loop, right? They keep bringing it up, which means, at some point there's going to be a confrontation with Mississippi and Uncle Clifford and being down at the Pink. And Lil Murda is going to find his way back. And yeah, as soon as Big Teak hears the name Uncle Clifford, he going to know. Because he already knows Clifford. He don't know him as Uncle Clifford, but he already asked him. He said, who's Clifford? Because he found the postcard at the end of the episode. He found the postcard. He said, who's Clifford? So he knows there's a Clifford that Lil Murda said he loved, told that he loved him. Because he even said to him, he said, all those years I was locked up, you ain't never sent me no postcard. So yeah, there's gonna absolutely be a showdown. Which is why to me it's more than homophobia. It's self-centeredness. The only sex that's okay is the sex that turns them on. That's true. Abby. I'm not doing this. I think Lil Murder will have a near-death experience defending Uncle Clifford. Yeah, against Big T. Against Big T, in my opinion. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I'm about to take my nephew to go get some ice cream. He should be up from his nap. He took a late nap, so child, I'm sure he's up now. So I'm gonna go take him to get some ice cream. I told him I was gonna take him to the playground, so I think we'll go to the playground and then we'll go get ice cream, and then his mama and daddy will be here tonight, baby, and they can take over. Okay, I am relinquishing duty. Okay, I have been keeping that boy busy since Sunday. Okay, they can have him back. So, but thank y'all for being here. Thank you. It was we had at one point we had 104 people in the chat. If you are new here, thank you for coming through. Please hit that subscribe button. Everybody else, y'all know, hit that like button on your way out. I don't know when I'll be back. Like I said, I was going to try to upload these videos, but baby, the internet is so damn slow. It's not going to happen until I get home. I'm going to try to get these quick drops uploaded sometime between tonight and in the morning. But other than that, I'm not sure about tomorrow and Friday. But Saturday, I'll probably come. Well, Saturday's my birthday. I may come on live Saturday, but I don't know. I'll keep y'all posted. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm giving him ice cream all the time. Am I giving him ice cream all the time? I didn't think I was. I don't know. But he wants some strawberry ice cream. So I think I'm going to take him to the park for about an hour. And then we're going to get us some ice cream, child. Because it'll be light at least that long. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Mwah.